the human condition, and I feel like this is something we don't really talk about a lot, the human condition, because usually or typically we assume it is in the binary of yes, no, or perfect, not perfect, good, bad, or alright, it's not alright. And this makes me think about myself in the sense of how the human condition affects everyone differently, and the same conditions that makes you human in a way also makes someone something else, basically making something out of something. And what will make out of something differs from what someone else would make something. Yeah. And I've been thinking about it myself personally, because I'm at a point in my life where I'm experiencing grief, I'm experiencing loss, I'm experiencing insecurity, and I'm also experiencing change. And then I found myself days where nothing motivates me, or I do not want to do the things I usually want to do or things I usually enjoy, and I wonder what motivates me. And I thought about that a lot, and eventually I was able to realize what motivates me is spite. And I've always known this, but I never really had to confront it, really. And then I realized what motivates me is spite, and it's a great motivator for me, and great in a toxic way and not great in a good way. That's what I mean. But it gets the work done, and experience different conditions that made me feel spiteful and almost hateful, and it's really disturbing when I think about it, because my hate doesn't transcend towards people, rather it's towards me. I hate myself a lot. I do not really have compassion for myself in any way, and I subject myself to rigorous toxic conditions more than I would regard someone that I don't even know, because I would be really nice with the nicest I would really be nice with anyone I see, because it's human to relate with people in that way. And I don't know who that person is, I don't know what they think about me, I don't know their perception of me, but I try as much to make sure I am a good person towards them. But actually, to myself, I am not, because I hate myself. I'm hateful, I'm spiteful towards myself, and it's because of so many doubts I have with myself that has been instilled and has been, really difficult to navigate. And I found it really captivating how I love people so much. I love relating with people so much, but I do not love myself. And the hate towards myself, I wouldn't call it the type of hate where you do not want to see yourself leave. Rather, I hate myself that I feel like I do not really matter. And the fact that I feel like I do not really matter pushes me to try to matter in so many ways, and matter towards someone that would need me to matter. I am of service to everything, but not myself. And I would push myself harder for someone than I would push myself harder for me. And this might be a bit contradictory because I feel like sometimes I push myself harder for me. But when I think about why I push myself harder, I don't think it's for me. I think it's because I'm spiteful. I think it's because I need to prove someone wrong or something, or someone that said something to me when I was younger wrong. The child in me is trying to prove this person wrong when the adult in me might not want to be that person, or might not want to be this person that I'm trying to prove wrong. But we don't really think about that a lot as a species, of how people have different factors that motivates them. And because we usually think motivation is typically positive, or motivation is typically negative. But I wouldn't call my spite negative. I would call it a driving force that takes reinforcement from somewhere to make something work for me. And I can't say particularly if my motivation, my means of motivation, is a way to go with it. But I don't think I'm here to talk about that. I'm just here to talk about the realization of how what motivates everyone is different, and my self-hatred serves as a motivation for me, which makes me wonder if my self-hate is such a driving force for my motivation, or for myself to push myself through different things I would normally not push myself through. Does that make it bad? Maybe not. Sometimes it doesn't really matter the means. It's always the end. And what would make my self-hatred worth it? What would make my self-pity or a personal vendetta against myself worth it if I do not end up accomplishing what I would like to accomplish? Does that just make me a hateful person entirely? Because I have a perception my hate is driving me towards something. But what if there's nothing to get to at the end? What if I don't get there? Does that mean the means of my end doesn't matter because there was no end to justify the means with? And I think that's one of my biggest fear as a person, is that what if I'm not successful in whatever I do, which makes me fear for even starting anything, or have a cold feet whenever I'm starting something that I don't know how it may end. And I think sometimes I just feel like, what if I'm right? What if I get to the end and I find it and my means justify the end? And do I wallow and linger in self-pity of what could I have done differently?